Here's the thing. You will never go and get spin kicked by a 40-year-old dude at an AI metal show.
Maybe. What would... What's the difference? Okay.
I think you should do the Dick character for the Gun Gamers LARP.
You don't want that.
No.
Dick will break the rules and the laws.
No.
You can't break the rules, so keep your eye pro on. But you can break the laws, so hold him at gunpoint and rob him blind.
Yes.
I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory.
But my main thing is just like, I want you to feel like a civilian in a combat zone.
I've been considering just not bringing a gun.
I fired one shot last year and it was under my own chin.
I got you. I'll make sure this gets bleeped.
Is there a mayor again?
There is going to be a government. So we're not going to do a mayor.
Is there going to be a mayor again?
Well, you know, there could be someone calling themselves the mayor, or maybe, you know, we'll see what happens.
Me? I don't know. I don't know.
I have no.
Me? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, if you guys.
He says, and to quote, he already has the days off.
Yeah, but
which is shocking.
He had the days off for Texas.
Yeah.
He broke my heart, by the way.
Maybe Rich is John Cena.
You just can't see him.
My documentary is me coping with Rich not being there.
Yeah.
He sponsored me like Drake sponsors a stripper in Atlanta to like go to college. You know.
I mean, are you any good at pole dancing?
He paid for my BBL.
I hope he didn't pay that much.
He fixed my teeth.
God. Dre.
Got chin implants.
Now that I believe.
Like Chad chin implants.
Now he looks.
You gotta start doing crystal meth for the hollow cheeks.
It's just an underbite.
Start look maxing.
Yeah.
I just learned about that recently.
Yeah, looks maxing,
Since
mogging.
you've learned about that, you bring it up like once a week.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious all at the same time. Like,
But don't you understand that destroying literally everything else about your life and your body to look like what the internet thinks is attractive is the only way towards success?
for like 5 years tops.
But those 5 years
Yeah.
will be the worst years of your life because you're doing nothing but obsessing about the mirror.
Love it.
Yeah.
If we did this podcast 10 years ago, all we'd have to do is just get a bunch of face tattoos and we'd instantly make it. Face tattoos all over the place.
Well, but you know, now you have to get those face tattoos, but it has to be with hammers so that you're bone smashing at the same time.
I saw something with that where they were like hammering people's face.
Yeah, it's part of the stupid looks maxing thing. People think that if you break your bones with like micro fractures, it grows back bigger. And I'm like, I'm not sure that's how that works.
They
but
grow
all
back
right.
stronger.
Do you want a chiseled jawline? We have chewy dog balls for men where you can just, God.
Oh, dude, the fuck jaws are sized. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Dude, some of those guys' jaw muscles were insane.
So here's the thing. If chewing a lot made your jawline impressive, I should have had the best jawline ever when I was 350 pounds. Like, who chews more than fat people? Get the out of here with that.
Maybe you did. It was just underneath.
I guess it depends on what your fix is. Like if it's ice cream, there's not much to chew there. Unless it's all cookie dough. Cookie dough ice cream, there's some substance to that.
Well, but what about when that ice cream's like a little bit too hard and you like don't have the patience to wait for it to thaw? I mean, that gets pretty chewy.
This is true.
You bend the spoon trying to like...
Yeah, when you break the scooper trying to scoop the ice cream, that's the looks maxing ice cream.
I've done that.
We've all done that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast. As always, I'm joined by Anthony from Antec Airsoft Studios, Jordan from Zulu Outdoor. And tonight we have a very special guest, Eric.
Hi.
E-House. Because I can't say your last name.
Oh, it's House Ganesh, or
Yeah,
however it was supposed to be pronounced. I don't know.
He doesn't even know, gentlemen.
No,
That's all right.
No one knows.
But it's provocative. It gets the people going.
I think it actually translates to like, so I think it's House Knight if you literally translate it, but the way it was actually used back in Germany, it was like house servant.
Oh. We'll say house knight. That's better.
Yeah, right, whatever.
That's
Same, but different.
We won't ask what your family was doing in 1939, but
luckily they were all in the United States.
It's really early for a bleep, but I can't imagine.
5 minutes in.
Well, why do you think all those
True. Well, when? When exactly and where exactly? Evic Matt's a perfect example too.
Of what? A little bit of ball knowledge for all of you is that Evic Matt might be the best paid media personality in Airsoft because the guy who actually owns Evic knows how important it is to have that consistent face. So basically, Evic Matt just gets to do whatever he wants as long as he keeps appearing in videos. So
Good for him.
yeah, I mean he's got it made. He's a nice enough guy, but he definitely hates being the face of the company to some extent. From what I just every time I've interacted with him, it feels like he doesn't want to be there. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe he just doesn't want to talk to me.
I had a very similar experience. Yeah. I was trying to talk to him about the boss unit.
Yeah.
And it was like he couldn't be bothered. I was like,
think,
all right, have a good day.
I think, to be fair, I might be part of the problem because like almost 10 years ago now, I did make him sign the head of a blow up doll and take a picture with it. So
Get wrecked.
yeah, that was definitely a thing that happened back when I was in my more heavily drinking days.
Good luck running for Congress now.
Imagine like
You own him.
Imagine
still have
wanting.
Do you still have that?
Oh, I definitely still have that picture buried somewhere.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Oh my god, I can imagine like
Cease and desist.
We also had that same head signed by a member of Mastodon, and we have a picture of Brondale. No, not Brondaler, the one who just died. It might be Brondale. I don't know my members of Mastodon as well as some of my friends, but he there's a picture of him as well with the Judy head.
Oh my God, it has a name.
Well, yeah,
It does have a name.
it'd be rude to not give it a name,
after all it's been through.
right?
There's gonna be like 5 people watching this podcast who remember the Judy meme era, and they'll all be like, "Oh my god, yes!" And everyone else is like, "What's going on?"
Well, we can painfully break it down if you'd like.
No, it's better if it's a mystery.
Better if it's just part of the lore. When are you gonna get John Doer on here?
Well, you can't get John Doer on here because he is an illusion. He is a man who some might call a mask for another man.
But yeah. Face off.
Dude, one of these days maybe I'll release the Dozier files and I'll spill the beans on who it is. But I feel like that would be telling people Santa isn't real.
Before you do that, we have to get him on here. We will
In character
conceal his identity. Like we'll put him in shadow. Like we'll change his voice. Oh,
You should be able to just take his mic and then pitch it down a little bit.
I can.
Oh, dude, and it's like just
it'll be like the old Mobland interviews.
Ski mask.
Yeah. Last episode, Dave went to do that, and I was like, "No, please don't do that." And he's like, "I like the noise." I'm like, "To be honest, I have a filter for that. We could just do it in post."
But I would want to do like an interview with him in character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to ask him about his first deployment. You know what I mean? Like where was your first deployment to your first combat zone? What was it like to take a BB life the first time? You know what I mean? Like it would be so much fun.
The thing is,
Does it get easier?
I wonder. The thing is, I wonder if the satire would work as well without the ability to revise it. Because also, I feel like a part of the character and a part of his like comedy is that he can't spell. I know who it is in real life can spell just fine.
Sure.
So it is a put on. But I wonder how you would have that come across in a voice interview format.
We give him a lisp. That's it. Yeah.
There you go.
What's that voice you always do?
Would-we?
That one.
Would-we? That would be his voice, I'd imagine.
Yeah. That would be John Doer's voice. Yeah.
What's funny, that video I showed you before we started filming, in the background's a little blurred out in the confessional room, but there's like a whiteboard, not a whiteboard, but dry erase board. We wrote John Doer on it. So that's like in the background the entire time.
On the other one, there's another one on the other wall because we weren't sure which wall we were going to put. It was just like, Operation Find John Doer or whatever.
So here's the thing that's really funny is I have dropped hints in
The hero of North American Airsoft community. We must.
the only one still actively posting in that group, essentially.
I feel like I don't want to know.
No.
Yeah, it's like Batman, like the mystery dies with the mask.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Like,
No.
Part of what also makes it so funny.
100th episode, John Doer reveal.
I wonder if you should even include that much of a hint that I just gave. Like maybe
I can cut that.
I don't know. Like it's up to you guys. You know.
All right, I got you. I'll make sure this gets bleeped.
Thanks, Ant.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing with John Doer, though, I feel like honestly, it is a symptom of like how dead Facebook is.
Yeah.
That all of his posts are like the ones that get the most engagement in any Facebook Airsoft group I'm in.
So that's what makes it so funny. It's the fact that some people are like unironically like arguing with him or debating with him or like taking it seriously. And at first, when we first started seeing it, we were like, is this real or is this not real? And then eventually it's like, okay, this is totally a bit, you know, this isn't like real.
What tipped it off was you can see the intelligence behind the pretend not intelligence.
It takes
like,
some skill to pretend to be stupid.
In order
can
to
see
get
it
every
in there,
question wrong on the test, you have to know the answer to every question.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a 25% chance of getting it right. You have to know the answer to intentionally get it wrong.
Yeah. And so that kind of comes through a little bit. So, and that's just like, this can't be real. Like this is just, and then you read the comments, you're like, dude, like 30% of the people are just like, nah, dude, what?
To be fair, I do think some of it, like, there are a couple of his bits where I think he goes a little far with like egging people on, and then like what he calls people, I'm like, all right, that's a little much, but you know, whatever. Like I said, it's just a symptom of the fact that like otherwise those groups are dead. Like
I dig it. He's keeping it alive. He's keeping the LARP alive.
I don't know if you consider that LARP, but
It is a LARP. It's absolutely a LARP.
I mean, is it live action if it's behind a computer?
yeah, that's what
It is for him when he's typing it.
You know, I mean, some people
doing it live.
Yeah, and some people live their whole life through a computer these days. So,
Oh yeah.
Nah, I respect the hustle. There's dead internet theory bots, and then there's John Doer bots.
Yeah.
Like there's still elbow grease going behind them. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's not ChatGPT.
Yeah, AI can't.
It's smart.
It's not
smart.
the thousands patch company.
Certain things are so abstract that AI can't recreate it yet.
Cringe is one of them.
Yeah. I mean, well, AI is cringe, but not intentionally.
Yeah. It you know, there's just some art that AI can't. Like, okay, music, AI wins. AI has finally
Dude, get out of here
Dude.
with that.
All right, Nickelback, 1970s Soul cover.
It's good. It's good.
But
even that.
Nickelback still wrote that song.
Yes,
As
but
far as we know.
human beings, since the inception of Nickelback's music, they had enough time to get together and say, you know what? Let's do a 1970s soul style cover of Nickelback songs. And there's talented human beings that could have killed it, and they didn't do it because they were afraid.
Because nobody wanted to cover Nickelback.
They didn't know they wanted that.
Here, I'll give you a counter argument. You guys were both in the AMP trailer at AMSX. Did you like the music that was playing? Do you remember the music that was playing?
I don't remember the music.
I don't.
Oh yeah, because Talon's all about.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
So here's what's crazy is Talon like told me he likes metal music, and I actually like metal music. Like I know all the bands, I go to shows, and I'm like, oh, like what bands do you like? You know, what's some of the songs you like? He's like, oh, I like AI generated metal, and a part of my soul died.
So we're standing in the AMP trailer. It was like Friday afternoon. He sees people like bopping their head along. He's like, yes. So it was like, oh, music? I was like, I've never heard this. He goes, no, probably not. I generated it with AI. He's like, so I laugh every time I see someone.
But here's here's the thing. You will never go and get spin kicked by a 40-year-old dude at an AI metal show.
Maybe.
What would?
What's the difference? Okay.
Are there AI concerts? Are there AI concerts?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, they're called was it Electropop or whatever the fuck it's called? Like the
Electric Daisy Carnival or whatever.
yeah,
Like,
where it's just like a DJ spinning.
but
or whatever.
he
That's
still
not AI.
It's
the same
arranged all
thing.
that.
Yeah.
But,
It's the same thing. There's nothing to look at.
to be fair, I don't
the
like
light shows are pretty.
AI can write a light show right now that syncs up perfectly with the song.
That's
just, like
But AI
It's the same thing.
cannot write a caveman slam riff and also yell at the people in the front to get in the pit.
You're not going to see a 40-year-old man spin kick somebody.
Exactly. You will never see an overweight man performing shirtless with heartburn tattooed across his gut, smiling while he screams about Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Rip Trevor Stannad, Black Dahlia murder forever.
Metal's one of those genres that has so many subgenres. Like there's so many kinds of metal. There's like pirate metal, there's Viking metal.
Yeah, there's something for every taste. Or if you just want to listen to someone scream about antique lamps and vague poetry, there's ambient grindcore about that if you really want to dig into it.
Have you heard Psychostick?
Yeah, I've heard Psychostick. Everyone's heard Psychostick.
What would you call that kind of metal?
Psychostick is like a comedy thrash. Like, and I think that is like an important distinction to make, because like real, like normal thrash metal would be stuff like Anthrax. Some people call Slayer death metal. It's not really accurate. It's like part of that old school when everything was thrash. So yeah, Psychostick would be kind of a thrash band.
Yeah. This is not a song, it's a sandwich.
Yeah. Or the about the beards, the song about beards, or there's the I Can Only Count to 4, which is their cover of Drowning Pool's Bodies.
Yep. Beer is good.
That's good.
And none of that was AI.
I discovered Psychostick playing Rock Band as a kid. They had a thing where like they uploaded a bunch of music that you could like go on the Rock Band like store and download songs. We were like, what's this Psychostick band? And we were like, this is fucking great. Yeah,
Psychostick was a lot of people I know's gateway into like metal. Like one of my friends I go to shows with now, a guy named Joe, who you'll probably see at the LARP.
Yeah.
He used, like when I met him, he would like really listen to like Static X and Psychostick and stuff, which is like, kind of, not to sound elitist or gatekeepy, but it is like kind of more entry level, approachable stuff. And since I've gone to like Full of Hell, Acacia Strain, like a bunch of, bands with less than the normal number of listeners on Spotify.
Yeah.
One Taylor Swift concert a month is on their Spotify.
Yeah. There's like entry level metal, like not lipo ready quite yet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had to make an awful airsoft analogy.
But now entry level airsoft guns are lipo ready. So like,
insert Lancer Tactical
AI airsoft guns.
You know what gun I've been playing with recently?
I heard you had a special gun here today,
dude. The EMG KS1. It's OEM'd by WellPro.
Oh.
So WellPro is the old airsoft company Well.
Yep. They make gas guns now too. I've been trying to get my hands on one.
Apparently, based on what some comments I saw publicly from someone from like Taiwan Gun said, basically Well got tired of being regarded as like not being good.
So then they overhauled everything and made it really good.
And rebranded that part of their business to WellPro.
Yeah.
And I was playing with the KS1 today. I mean, not playing. I showed up late and just did YouTuber stuff because I had stuff to do this morning. But I ripped like 20 magazines through that on full auto. It hits like 27 and a half BBs a second.
That's a little excessive.
Yeah. And totally without incident. Fit and fed every mag I had. It shoots at like 1 joule with 2/8, which, it's, yeah. And you can quick change the spring through the buffer tube. Apparently I got to play with it and see how that goes. But that gun is going to retail with a LiPo battery and LiPo charger for $240.
Is it a plastic body?
It is a polymer body.
Okay.
So that's definitely a part of how they keep the price down. But performance wise, like
that just means they're going to make a metal one.
Oh, they are absolutely making a metal one.
Yeah.
Would you say it shoots well?
It was so bad. I had to laugh. It was funny.
Older Well Pro, somebody was like, should I get this Well Pro? You'd be like, well.
I would say that in its price bracket, like,
it's
pretty good.
It's alone in its price bracket. What other gun is $250 comes with a baby?
Not many anymore. I think
like a pistol.
I think Lancer Tactical has a package.
So there's a Lancer package for the Gen 2s. We carry the Gen 3s just because they have a better trigger, but they have a Gen 2 package that's like $199 with a LiPo.
Meanwhile, you got Toki Marui coming out with
the Evil
$800
proprietary battery,
proprietary charger.
I have one here if you want to hold it later.
Oh, I would love to see one.
Yeah, it's Rich's. It's we got to shoot it.
It shoots.
It's a Tokyo Marui.
It's 1-to-1, and I like that.
Again, like I told Rich, he was very excited about it because he's like, in Japan, they're saying they're getting 50 meters of accuracy out of a 2.5. I was like, Rich, that's great. At 280 FPS, everyone here in the US is like 350 to 400. it's good by Japan standards, but there's no parts support.
I'm
So-
on my quest to bully companies that I like to do aftermarket parts. Jeftron's working on an ETU. Solink's making gears. They'll make a motor for it.
The only problem is going to be that unless that platform really takes off, those are going to be extremely low quantity parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and probably buco expensive.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's doomed to forever be a niche platform.
Well, people
there's
said that
also-
about the NGRS.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, there's also not a lot of room there to increase the volume, right? So, like, as he was saying, there's a proprietary cylinder. It's not like a normal airsoft cylinder, so there's only so much volume of air that you can compress inside of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, just putting a longer barrel or whatever the fuck, which they're using.
They're using AEP barrels and
AEP
buckets.
barrels.
I mean, to be honest, they might have to, because otherwise, if you don't have that much volume to work with, what are you supposed to do?
Nothing. You'll just have a gun that shoots maybe 300 FPS with the longest barrel that you can possibly put in there.
We can compensate with a heavier piston and a stronger spring. And heavier, like there's ways to kind of leverage it, but I wouldn't make the inner barrel longer than 10 inches. And even then, the longest AEP barrel that you can buy is like 247 millimeters, which is like
Yeah.
9.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's just
like 8.5.
But you don't need a super long barrel to
No.
get crazy range.
You know what the big thing with the Evil is, though, versus like a gas blowback rifle? I think the Evil and systems like it, even like the KWA one that's coming now, which is apparently just like a licensed GBLS production,
That one's very different.
It's something.
but it is very different.
Maybe it'll work.
But but that's the thing, is those systems are all of the, like, to try to make an AEG work like a gas gun, you have to be infinitely more complicated than a gas gun with all of the same points of failure plus all the new ones.
Yeah.
So I feel like people are going the wrong direction in trying really hard to make AEGs as realistic as gas blowback. Like, honestly, I think the NGRS and the KWA EBBs, those are probably about as good as AEGs are going to get while still being able to perform.
So I could understand the argument before the MWS. Before the MWS came out, freaking gas guns all shot like poopy garbage. I don't care what you think you put in your gun.
Yeah.
They all shoot like poopy garbage, like all of them.
Yeah.
The KWA MP7 shoots
Marginal.
usably.
Yeah.
well.
The KWA MP7 shoots good if you put the, extended barrel and high output valve and shoot it at 550 feet per second.
Yeah, right. But so with that, the problem to solve is I want the coolness, the operating system of a gas gun, but I want the accuracy and the reliability of an AEG. So that's where all these companies probably like started trying to merge the two. But unfortunately, Tokyo Marui kind of effed them when they came out with the MWS. It's the best shooting gas gun.
I just think an HPA tapped MWS is what everyone's really looking for.
So there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
We've
I've
talked
You
about
talk
it.
about that kit and it
Yeah.
drops into the double eagle versions, right?
There's one that goes in the magwell now.
Yeah.
Well, so a lot of gas guns have that. Like there was a kid here yesterday that had a double eagle MWS, didn't have the frog kit. He had the mag adapter.
Yep.
It does look goofy though, because he's
Yeah,
got
it
MP5 mags sticking out of an M4. But it's the easy way to do it, because then you can just take the magwell out and put normal MWS mags in. 0 parts need to be changed. With the frog kit, it's kind of like turning it into a Daytona gun with less steps.
Yeah.
You still have all of the
Well, and
operating-
unlike a Daytona gun, it will probably work for more than 5 magazines.
and it'll work really well. You still have all of the upper components that are MWS. So the good hop up, good buckings, barrels, a solid bolt carrier setup. Yes, your nozzle return spring can still detonate. It's a $12 part, whatever. And the buffer system's still the same. The trigger for the majority of it is identical. It's just you're taking it out, drilling 2 holes, and putting the frog kit in.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's about as easy as it gets.
Yeah. And then in reality, if you ever want to rip it out,
You can. It's
taking an
convertible.
MWS trigger group out is 2 screws and taking your selector switch out and your mag release.
At that point,
I mean, that's the way to do it.
I would just have 2 lowers at that point.
Even then, though, like, even then, one of the biggest things with gas guns that I think, always is going to be a limiting factor is just the fact that the way a gas gun cycles is so variable. And it's so temperature and humidity and everything, even with HPA. And that's the biggest thing is, the biggest limiting factor for gas gun performance that we're going to run into, even as they get better, is just the consistency.
You're limited by physics.
Yeah. Like at some point, you just can't change the laws of the universe to make the airsoft gun shoot better.
I'll tell you this though, and maybe this is just my MWS, right? Like yes, ambient temperature matters. It's always going to matter just because of thermodynamics, right? But the MWS performs at 60 degrees consistently at 60 degrees. Does it perform great? Not really, but it performs consistently.
So you kind of know what you're getting into.
Yeah, so you'll have a sluggish bolt, but it's sluggish for that whole mag.
And I will say just the copium for a second. That's mostly because of the guns modified mags.
Could be, right? And then you go up to like 80 degrees, in my opinion, probably optimal weather, right? And it's snappy as fuck. And it's accurate. And it's snappy as fuck for that whole mag. You know, it's consistent, right?
And then even then, if it's like worse than a well-tuned AEG, the margin of error is so low that like if you just play better, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's true of everything.
That's true. Like you give the best player the worst gun, and they'll still beat the worst player with the best gun.
Yeah, I mean, I was adamant, you know, before I shot the MWS. I thought gas guns were the coolest. They're awesome, but they suck. You can't be competitive with them. And I wanted to be competitive with them, which is why I had the system. And whatever the fuck, right? And Jordan's always like, oh, GHK and all this shit. And I shoot it, and I'm like, cool, it sucks. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like you put a lot of work into it, and you're breaking a lot of feed lips. I don't know what's happening. But then I think they kind of nailed something with the MWS and the Sega shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Those are very, very cool.
Well, so the Sega shotgun has the same internal mechanisms for the most part as the TM AKs, because now I've gotten the chance to take a bunch of those apart too, which is also why.
But it basally has the tri-nozzle and the different feed system.
Correct. The Saiga
feed system is the genius part.
Yeah.
So it's a gas blowback where the bolt, the moving part, never touches
the actual BB.
The BB.
Oh, that's great.
I can show you after because I have Rich's Saiga.
Because you would definitely break the tri-nozzle. Because like even on the old tri-shot spring shotguns, the tri-nozzle was always the part that would break if you'd like half cocked it or cocked it wrong.
Now imagine implementing that system into something like an M4.
Yeah.
Where again, the BB is never touched by the moving fucking thing that
that's
likes to
really
squish,
intelligent.
That likes to squish BBs and shit. Like that's probably going to be where it goes.
I think the only reason they got away with it in the Saiga is because the amount of room in the front of the receiver. An M4 might
that's
be
a
harder.
beefy receiver.
Oh yeah, like I said, I can show you. I have one over there.
It's really cool.
But the interesting part to actually circle all the way back, the WellPro gas AKs are clones of the TM AKs. So they released an AK-12, an AK-12K, and a PPK 2000.
I think they announced a Saiga.
I think they did as well. I'm not sure. I heard something about it from like the Taiwan gun show or whatever they do. But those are already getting to the US. So there's going to be like a $500-ish TM clone made by WellPro that's an AK-12. And it takes TM AK mags. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my hands on one because Lancer, believe it or not, distributes them.
Can I just stroke TM for a second?
Yeah.
Like, this is not the first time they've invented a platform, and now there's a huge number of companies that are just replicating it.
The
like
thing is-
obviously for AEGs, that's just Airsoft's history right there.
Yeah.
But like the NGRS, other companies are like, we'll let TM make those.
MWS.
MWS though, there's a bunch of MWS clones.
Yeah.
You know,
And I mean, even look at the TM High Kappa. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That has been the base of like half of every airsoft handgun that's ever been made.
The TM Glock.
Yep.
But even then, like, I know this is not new news to most people because the MWS has been around for 5 or 6, I think 7 years now. It's just that now it's catching a lot of speed because Double Eagle, EMG, Lancer, Guns Modified, they're all making clones of it now. So it's getting more popular because it's getting more affordable.
The thing is, Tokyo Marui, like absolutely, if you were to ask who has the best engineers in the airsoft industry, it's probably Tokyo Marui.
Yes.
For sure.
The only thing is that because they're totally Japan based, they just have no real interest in catering to a US market that is like completely different from their own and where everyone's just going to buy the copies of their shit anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had a separate division, again, this is more money, time, effort, and you know, who knows what they want to do, where it's export only, right?
Yeah.
Just like when the U.S. military sells shit to allied nations, we don't give them our best shit. We give them the export version of it, right? Well, maybe with this, the MW or whatever gun, the E-Volt, whatever, it's an E-Volt, but now it's not shooting less than a joule, you know? Maybe it's like
I think part of it is just that the level of time and resources and expense to pour into that, they're probably just, maybe it's a cultural thing over there where they're just not
This is what it really is. So because of their laws making the guns only able to shoot 1 joule, you know, they have weaker springs. And if you look at all their like electric guns, they're not pulling strong springs. So there's not a lot of load. And because of that, they can design, as far as the engineering is concerned, a really good design for a system. And because of the Japan laws and the low demand that the system actually has, they can make the parts out of cheese. So like the gears are like, the gears look like they just took aluminum foil and just compacted it into the shape of a gear.
I mean, everyone here knows someone who has a Tokyo Marui AEG that's over 20 years old and is still rocking on plastic bushings.
Because it's stock.
Yeah.
Well, it's the
stock.
same thing with the MWS because people that hate the MWS will argue, oh, well, your nozzle return spring is going to detonate. The first day you had yours detonated. And you're like, what the fuck? I go, I saw this. Yeah, like I saw this coming. Don't worry. Those guns were designed to run on duster gas.
Yeah.
They don't have green gas over there. Duster gas is 90 psi.
And CO2 would be even better, but that's just me.
Yeah. So let's just take it for a moment and realize green gas is 120, map gas is 150 to 160. They're running these guns on 90 psi and it's working and efficiently working. Of course, it's going to fucking detonate a spring as soon as you try to run it on 120 psi gas.
You're running
95
the system
degrees.
more than it's meant to handle.
Yeah, you're running that at 150 miles an hour.
And who in the US is gonna like go out of their way to get duster gas? Like when you can just get green gas or propane.
That was like a trope.
Or CO2.
It was like a trope 15 years ago. Like, oh, you have a TM Glock. You got to go get duster gas from Office Depot, break the top off, put the Airsoft Innovations adapter on because you don't want to crack your slide. No, fucking put epoxy on your slide. It's not going to crack. You'll be fine.
Those are the old days.
I could only imagine the MWS on fucking CO2. When you
it would be the best gun ever.
When you run it on map gas, it's like
Violent.
Yeah.
I told someone that today.
It's as God intended.
Once it hits 65 degrees, stop using map gas because you're going to blow a nozzle return spring. Yes, you can put upgraded ones in. You have an upgraded one right now. For some reason, mine won't fucking die. I have the original nozzle spring and I run green gas.
Yeah.
My hottest take is that all airsoft gas blowback should standardize on CO2. At this point, I will not buy any gas blowback that doesn't have CO2 magazines.
It's greenhouse gas.
Well, that's
Guess what? It's a greenhouse gas that is being emitted by airsofters on 1/1,000,000th the scale of all of our cars.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
I have a weird take of it's actually less cost efficient to run CO2 because you can never top off the gas in your mag. So you have to fight between
brother, I don't care about the price. I care about the fact that it works when I pull the trigger.
But players do. You can top off a green gas mag by just putting more gas in it.
Yeah, but then half the time you put more gas in it and you don't realize that it still didn't fill correctly because your gas can is half empty.
That's true.
So then you get 27 rounds into your magazine and all of a sudden you fucking vent out.
Yeah. So again, with the MWS, I'm still impressed. Like regardless of how many, when I'm just like fucking around over by the Connex box, just running mags through it or whatever, like it chugs through a mag.
Yeah,
like you can tell the gas is getting low.
Yeah,
and then
because it takes so little to cycle.
It'll finish that mag out, dude.
We should just normalize CO2 fills. Like every field.
Painters tried that for a while.
Everywhere has like HPA fill, but like you can get CO2 fills. Like that's a thing in paintball. And
it used to be a thing in paintball. Then they moved entirely to HPA.
Well, there was a mod for the GHK back in the day, and I ran it. I actually talked about this earlier with a customer because those three guns are
the Devil Hunter mod.
Yeah. Those three guns over there are GHKs because I'm thinking about doing gas gun rentals for customers. Because so many people have been asking, hearing us talk about this so much, they're like, "Hey, would you do a gas gun rental? Because I kind of want to buy one, but I don't want to invest the $700, $800, $900 into this for something I've never even tried." I have a fuck ton of GHKs, but the Devil Hunter mod, you're acquainted with it. For you guys, it was get bottled CO2, take your mag. It's a green gas mag. Change the output valve to a CO2 valve. Change the fill valve to specifically a KJW M9 fill valve, and then buy the Mad Bull CO2 adapter that you would use for like loading M203 shells, and you could fill your green gas mag with CO2, like liquid CO2. And that was nice, except for those adapters were shit. So I broke one every month. Insert Jordan having more frustrating problems with the GHK.
There was also like something where some of the mags you had to like cut the tube for the fill valve too. It was a whole weird thing. I never messed with it.
You also don't get the most out of that CO2 canister that way because it's going to have to hit equilibrium with the canister that's still outside of the mag and then the reservoir.
Which is why I would always have to have 4 of them and then a backup one that I went to Kohl's and got the Soda Stream bottle because it was a small one you could put in your bag so you're not carrying this giant fucking CO2 can on the field.
Like you're squirting CO2 in there and then you're throwing the canister even though there's still gas in it.
Yeah.
You know.
But
this is also back in the day where you used to be able to go to Dick's and get a CO2 refill.
Better days.
It's super easy to do. You can still buy the fill stations today, and you just go to CryoWeld, and you're like, "Hey, give me two tanks of CO2."
Yeah, that would. But
I can set that up in 15 minutes.
Dix used to be so based.
Yeah,
Dix used to be so based. Now he just comes here and gets angry. Wears too many patches. It's getting nice.
Are you gonna do? I think you should do the Dick character for the Gun Gamers LARP.
You don't want that.
No. I think you should do it. No.
Dick will break the rules and the laws.
No. I think you should do it like within like the game rules, but you should just be like a menace criminal who just like steals everything that's allowed to be stolen. Just, everything that you can break. Like every law you can break, and just be like the menace to society that everyone has to just deal with.
Dick only comes out for like 3 hours at a time.
And it's real
like
method acting.
It's like a random encounter in a video game.
No,
You know?
and then you have
It's like Mysterious Stranger, except you just get Dick.
Yeah.
He doesn't save you. He just
He plays an NPC, but not a good one.
Yeah. Dick just pickpockets everyone of all their money.
but it's not obvious. He's just like, oops, sorry. He's like,
Dick like walks into a shop, like anyone who's got anything marked for sale just fucking grabs it and walks out and is like, oh, hey, I never pay here.
It's the dick tax. and then when you come out of it, like you have complete amnesia.
You have to drink all
You're like-
you have to drink all the medic water that people have stashed, but like just because you're thirsty.
what, bro? Yeah, what, bro? I was thirsty.
No, get a kiddie pool.
Oh, I'm pouring all the water in the kiddie pool. Oh, no.
My little ducky needs a pond.
Dick's
my God.
actually walking around with a paintball gun.
yeah.
Dick fatigue.
God.
Shoot people with a Nerf gun and then yell at them about calling their hits.
Oh, my God.
Oh man.
I've been bouncing around like what character I want to play. Like I'll become just like nameless garbage man. If
Well, hold on.
if Richie's doing it,
Brings a super soaker and just tells everyone it's LSD.
That's terrifying.
People would play it.
There's a terrifying backstory to that.
is there going to be another like opium mechanic in the game?
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're the drug mechanic was super popular and people like it. So
Oh
of
my
course
God.
we're gonna
So
keep using it.
look, before we get into the crisis in PNAF, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Go buy our merch. Go to the Zulu24.square.site, buy some merch. Also, I found a little hiccup and I can't seem to resolve it. So when you go and you buy merch, when you look at it, it says out of stock. Everything says out of stock until you put in your size.
Oh.
So everything's there. You got to put in your size. Head on over Zulu24.square.site. Pick up your Zulu24 merch. We're always kind of updating it. All the designs on there. There are a lot of cool stuff.
We can't keep this, can we?
I don't know. Maybe. Who cares?
How much would you charge to film one of those videos?
Oh, God. You know what? Seeing as well as that did, I would take 50% of the ad revenue.
Yeah. Well, you just set up a tripod and leave the room.
Yeah,
It's fucking easy.
But if you have to do the editing, then
God.
that's
yeah 50% of the ad revenue.
You're just staring at for fucking 30 minutes, dude. In
thankfully.
great detail.
and then you have to get like B-roll and you have to like have the other camera angle.
Adobe has this wonderful button, and you just press the L button, and it fast forwards at 2 times speed. So whenever Anthony starts going on about tech jargon, I'm just like,
Google employees aren't
skip
even
dialogue buddy.
yeah.
Google employees aren't even allowed to have eye contact for that long.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, the light was exiting Dave's eyes.
It's like what's Hypnotoad. Just like
Ugh.
A little part of you died that day.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so are we done?
Crisis in Nath.
Are we unbleeped?
I don't know what's staying and what's not.
Just give it a shot. We'll see what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crisis in
we'll
Peanut.
know tomorrow morning when I sit down to edit this.
Yeah.
Crisis in Pinath. Yeah, just
Pinath.
mispronounce every word a little differently every time.
Yeah.
So since this is the second Peanath event here, would you say that you've done multiple Peanaths?
So actually, well, if you want to get technical, this is the fourth.
This is the fourth Peanath.
Well, because
Yeah.
when we did the Force on Force games here, this is the same, like canonically, this is the same location as the Force on Force games we did here. And the first one followed on from the fact that with our fictional countries, the Gojirian faction had captured Nath, the Nath Forward Logistics Center, and they were in control of it. So that's why for the last one, it was a Gojirian police force. It was a Gojirian government, and the Almirk refugee camp was like downtrodden. And then after last year's, nothing happened. Nothing crazy happened. It was actually a perfectly functional society the whole time.
Yeah.
Everyone got along.
The cycle was perfect.
The cycle.
It was like playing The Sims. It was great.
Yeah. Nothing weird happened.
But for some reason, there was like a chemical weapons attack, and then the Gojirians lost control, and there was an uprising, and the Almeric Republic now owns the place again. So yeah, now it's a democracy simulator this year, kind of. Because it's not really democracy; it's frontier democracy.
Yeah.
So
Is there a mayor again?
There is going to be a government. So we're not going to do a mayor.
Is there going to be a mayor again?
Well, yeah.
Well, there could be someone calling themselves the mayor, or maybe we'll see what happens.
me, I don't know. I don't know.
I have no,
Me,
no,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Well,
do not know.
if you guys saw the first fake newspaper that we put up,
I did.
there will be another fake newspaper, but Lane's character, I think we settled on his name being Lane Holt because for some reason none of us can remember his character's name from last year. But we had it written down. One guy had it written down, and his name in the writing down was Lane Holt, and it's like, all right, his name is Lane Holt.
There it is.
We're gonna remember it this time. But he was like the Almeric community leader last year, so he'll be the closest thing to a government representative that is stationed out here.
I feel like Lane was only referred to as Lane last year by like everybody.
Yes. Yes. So I mean, honestly, it's probably for that. Like my character name this year will probably just be Eric. Like,
Yeah.
I had my character name last year, Jean, but everyone just called me Eric, and they'd be like, "Oh, right, Jean."
Fantastic drinks, by the way. Fantastic.
Oh, I'm gonna do the drinks again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mocktails. They were mocktails.
Yes, they were mocktails. But I'm gonna do a cigar bar this year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have the drinks and a cigar bar, and that's gonna be fun. But yeah, the story is following on from last year. It's 1 year into the future. So it has been like with the war going on and all the crazy stuff happening. There have been some changes in the local government. There have been some changes to the rule set and the local laws. And this year we decided that it was probably easiest just to get everyone to like be on the same page with all of it. We put everything just in the rule set. And then we just have the one page of like the laws you can break. And it literally says on that page, this is the page of the local laws. Everything on this page is the stuff that you can break with only in-game consequences. Anything not on this page is rules of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that was because, people have always had like a little bit of that ambiguity of like, what are the rules? What are the laws? And when you have them in two separate documents, because we used to do the rule set and the event primer.
Yeah.
But the role-playing game specifically, especially because like we've made such drastic changes every year, let's just do a combination rule set event primer because we're only doing one a year.
Yeah.
So it's easiest to just be like, this is the rule set / event primer for this year. So we combine it all into one
I feel
doc.
like that shouldn't be that hard for airsofters to follow. Like you can't break the rules, so keep your iPro on, but you can break the laws, so hold him at gunpoint and rob him blind. Like,
Yes.
I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory.
But the thing is, I think some people, like the gun rules.
Yeah.
Some people were like, oh, well, because for this year, we're doing way more strict gun rules for civilians.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Any inkling as to what they're going to be?
Oh, they're in the rule set.
Oh, okay.
They're in the rule set has been live for like 2 months. So they've been in that. We didn't even go as hard as I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I still think we're going to get people who are like, oh, it's too far. But we're doing for this year, no restricted weapons permits. So no SMGs, no LMGs, no auto rifles, no explosives for civilians to bring in, period.
No explosives. Come on.
So
That's harsh.
when you say auto rifles, that just like we're talking like M27s there.
Yeah.
So like you can still bring an M4.
Yes, but if you bring in an AEG, you can only bring in 2 mags.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And no batteries.
And oh, dude, that would
Only
be a good one.
8.4 volts.
I wanted to do if you bring an AEG, you can bring 1 mag,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
And
then
it has to be a 60 rounder.
it was pointed out enough to me that people were like, well, what if that mag breaks? I want to be like skill issue. But
make sure your shit works. Sorry.
Yeah, but I get it. Like if you bring some really specialty thing, like you bring out, a weird gun that you don't really get to use elsewhere, and the 1 mag you have for it breaks, and there's no way to source another one in game. Okay, but
Like a TM Uzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, but we did want to incentivize people to use, pistol, shotgun, gas gun. So like normal low capacity shotgun shells and gas gun mags, you can bring as many of those as you want.
I used a gas gun last year, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
To be fair, I also only fired like 100 BBs.
Because, ammo is still a controlled item.
Yeah.
My main thing is just like I want you to feel like a civilian in a combat zone.
I've been considering just not bringing a gun.
I fired one shot last year and it was under my own chin.
I remember that. Oh, part of me wants to put that in the intro, but I know it'll get demonetized.
The moment it clicked, I had flashbacks of that moment.
That was the only shot I fired last year.
Yeah.
And actually, I got to watch it back because I was going through the amped video looking for footage, and I saw Logan has the clip of you doing it.
That was a great time.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that game overall I think was incredible. Like for a first run here, dude, and for for the amount of player buy-in that we had, that was the thing that really impressed me.
There were so many storyline quests, side storyline quests, side storyline quests.
Make up your own quest.
Triple sides, like undermine that guy's quest. Make Anthony believe that he's crazy. Like it was. There was a lot going on. It was
the
fucking awesome.
One big piece of feedback that I really wanted to take. Well, number one, first of all, I don't know if I've told you guys in person since, but like the podcast episode you guys did after that game, like the feedback that you guys had in that episode was incredible.
Bro,
like,
we were hyped. It was
but like especially the suggestions, like the stricter gun rules, like you guys mentioned it, but also like that was important after talking with all the players, because a lot of players, like I talked to some guys and they said, if I had read like really strict gun rules before coming to this game, I would have said I wasn't going. But after having played it, I'm on board.
Yeah.
And I think that, that's the big point for me where I'm like, okay, we can go a little harder with the gun rules.
Yeah.
And then we have, the military and the police, they can have all the restricted items and everything, but we're also going to have some of those in circulation in game. And a big part of my motivation for making that change with the gun rules for civilians is because I had ammo and guns and whatnot with the black market, and like one of the guns got bought and like got distributed, but I want to put more of those things in play. And this year I actually want to put more stuff that people can keep in play. Number one, just so I don't have to track it down.
I was going to say, so we don't lose a 249 again.
And because I think that's cool. Like, I think it's cool that in the game you can like buy a black market item and then just like, it's lootable, but if you end the game with it, you keep it. I think that's a better way to go. So
the haters were perfect murder weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They were just perfect, like cheap, like here.
And they're just drop guns.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, and we're gonna have like extra mags in play. Like there's gonna be like if you bring an AEG and you want to be able to get more of a combat load, there will be extra AEG mags in play. There will be like ways to get that firepower, but then also there will be coordinating with the police and the military. Because there's going to be an enemy faction this year. There's going to be the bandits.
Yeah.
And those guys, like, maybe you can role play with them depending on what kind of alignment you are and what kind of experience you're looking for, but you might want to be careful.
Love this.
Yeah, we're doing a trusted group of people specifically to sign up as the bandits.
Yeah, you got to do that because they're a control element.
Yeah, and we've got the staff. We've got a staff member running them, and we're gonna have those guys be like, because people need a common enemy. Mm-hmm. Last year it became the police, and
I wonder why. I have no idea why that happened.
Yeah, last year it became
I do not know. I do not know.
Yeah, it became the police, and to the point where it was like kind of a problem for the police because they like anytime they try to do anything, like people were just trying to kill them. Yeah. Whereas this year, what my hope is that like having more of because talking about like, back to your comment about the number of storylines that were going on.
Yeah. Another
important piece of feedback I really wanted to dig into was the lack of a like central story. Mm-hmm. I know some players came up to me and I asked them and I said, did you like the first LARP we did at Skirmish better, or did you like this one better? And we had a conversation, and one of the comments was, I liked a lot about this game better, but the first year felt like it had a more focused central storyline, and I liked that better. And I think, last year I felt like the first game was too on rails. So I went last year with way more of a sandbox approach, and the sandbox worked super well. But I think some people are looking for a little bit more of that central through line.
Sure.
That I'm hoping that I know that this year we have a central through line that is going to be a storyline that changes depending on what people do. But we have plans. We have some key events. We have some like major events that are like going to happen. Like one of the things we're doing is a Fall of Kings festival.
Nice.
You guys ever play Skyrim?
For like, yeah, I have, but not nearly long enough to have.
Okay, well, there was if you remember in Solitude, there's the Burning of Kings festival where they like burn an effigy of a forgotten king, and the Almere government is going to be hosting a Fall of Kings festival because the Republic used to be a monarchy until their revolution back in the 60s, which is some deep lore you have to like dig into the website to find. But if you know, you know. And of course, the Kingdom of Gogeria is a monarchy. So that's going to be like a flashpoint.
Oh my God. We need life-size cardboard cutouts of Mayor Gare, the big cheese. Gotta get big cheese. We'll get Jean in there too. Like just down with everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be a festival of like destroying effigies of kings. And you know, of course, the Albert Republic are like, well, you know, it's not your king necessarily, but like,
all the kings.
You know, if your king wanted to fall, that'd be sick. So I'm sure that the Gogerian residents will have no offense to that whatsoever.
All in good fun, you know. It'll be fine. Now, so last year, everything seemed to happen right. I'm going to call it CQP around the main town here, right? Like, and I think that was one of our critiques was like, there was really no reason to go outside of town. Or you guys change anything?
So one of the big things that we're going to change is we're actually going to force the businesses to zone throughout the buildings more.
Okay.
Like I'm not allowing more than a certain number of each type of business to be in each district. So I've made every business pick like a primary choice of location and a secondary choice of location.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna assign buildings based on, you know, like people have described their business plans. I have a pretty good idea of what those people are realistically gonna need. I'm gonna assign those buildings like, hey, you can, or not the buildings even. I'm gonna assign the district of like, you're gonna be in this district, you're gonna be in this district, you're gonna be in this district, just because if we have everything in the main district, there's no reason to leave. All the gameplay happens there. So there's also going to be like some of the businesses I know specifically want to set up in areas outside of that.
That'd be great, man. Like there were so many things that could have happened in your travels, you know, road bandits, whatever. Like, you know, and there was just the game. I mean, there was a lot happening at CQB. So like nobody could be bored. They just weren't allowed. And, but I think it'd be a cool dynamic. There's a freaking deer right there. Hello, Mr. Deer.
Yeah. Two.
I mean, stand outside the Waffle House.
ADD. I think it'd be cool to kind of branch out.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm definitely planning on having the businesses spread out throughout the available buildings. And then on top of that, we're going to have, you know, more of those events. I'm not going to spoil some of the events, but some of the events that players will be able to participate in will absolutely require going into the woods and going into doing all those other things. And then the woods, like last year I buried some stuff. And I had, and I had the black market items buried. I'm probably gonna do that again this year.
You should get some air tags.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some air. I'm gonna get some air tag. Well, and again, anything buried is gonna be stuff I don't need back.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of it probably should just get dug up. So we're gonna put more out in those woods. Like last year, one of the things we did was we had like the decayed weapons that like the police would buy back. But then like money became common enough that no one really wanted to go like look for those. And then they were also like water guns.
Yeah.
So I don't think people found that very immersive. So my goal is that there's going to be more stuff that's like immediately useful out in those woods. And then it's going to bring you into conflict with like, hey, is there a military patrol base out there? You know, are you cool with the military? Will they let you like go scavenge in an area that they're patrolling?
Yeah.
Is that going to be an interaction point? Or are the bandits out there like conducting a movement and like looking to rob you? Like what's going to happen out there? So my goal is that there's going to be more happening in those peripherals because there's going to be patrols, there's going to be the bandits, there's going to be like people looking for stuff. So hopefully between spreading the businesses out more and then spreading the factions out a bit more and having factions that are stationed predominantly in those woods, that's going to give people a little bit more reason to like actually explore the facility and not just wind up stuck in CQB.
Yeah.
And one of the central points of advice I would also give to a lot of players this year, we kind of said it in some of our marketing, but I want to make sure people are hearing if they're hearing this. If you want to be free to explore the world and not feel tied to any one spot, honestly, don't run a business.
Yep.
Yeah.
I learned that last year.
Well, I got to see the world with my business.
But
Yours
that's
was
the thing.
slick. Yeah.
Yours was on the road or run an on the road business. And the thing is too, if you don't need a building, you don't even have to file for like a business permit. Because we're not doing like a business stimulus this year either. Because, that was one of the things. I feel like so many people were incentivized to run a business because they're like, well, I get extra money, I get extra ammo, I get extra privileges. Whereas this year it's like, no, you're just a business owner, and the Almeric Republic is a laissez-faire capitalist society to the point that they don't even believe you deserve anything for running a business. You will live and die on your own. So it's both like lore explained and like stimulus. Who do you think you are?
What am I going to do with my 30 employees that are going to work in my Leering Center?
I was gonna say, because we figured that out, like, I think the night before when we were talking, you're like, yeah, every employee you have on your business, you get like an extra 200 crowns. And we turn around like, everybody works for everyone now.
Yep. And that's the big thing.
We were leering very quickly.
Yeah. I think having the lack of a stimulus means like, hey, if you're going to do a business, it's because you want to do it, not just because it's like a game advantage.
Yeah.
Like if you want to have that experience, you want to play that character, you will still absolutely have advantages for playing the economic game, because if you sell things people want, you might be able to recoup the cost of your ticket if you're selling it for real money, or you're just going to be able to buy a ton of ammo, because if you sell something people want, they're giving you in-game money. That's what you use to buy ammo.
How illegal would counterfeiting money be?
I mean, you can try. I'm not releasing any of the money ahead of time.
You're just guessing.
No.
Well, I had an idea. An idea, but like, what if my character was just trying to inflate the currency and create a economic recession?
I mean, you could try. It could. The thing is, that would actually be a legitimate, like, that could be an investigation plot line for like those, like the police and people trying to figure out.
What if I lent money to the government under the promise that they would pay me back with interest, and we just kept doing that until the only way that they could continue was if they just kept borrowing more money, which meant I had to just keep printing more money, and this just kept going on and on and on until this bubble bursts and the dollar collapses.
The crown.
The crown
it's
collapses.
not the crown this year.
No, I wanted
the crown.
No, I wanted
it's not the crown.
Oh no, shit.
Because it's not the Gojirian.
Take your currency from last year and plant it on people.
No, I was talking about counterfeiting real U.S. dollars at this. How illegal would that be?
Highly.
I mean, you could try. Hold on. The classic dungeon master answer. You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Have you thought of introducing coins to the currency? So I know you guys got 3D printers.
The thing is the number of coins you need to print for those coins to like be less than the dollars and the paper currency is not worth it. So if we print coins like the way we've done, like I did the coins last year with my character, was like a favor, and then I wound up running around so much that half the favors never got a chance to be cashed in. And then we've done like coins were like 1,000 of the currency or something because they were like a rare coin. So that we've had coins before. I mean, we might do them again, but I think paper currency is just easier.
It's logistically easier, yeah.
Well, and most players, like, you hand someone a coin that doesn't have like a denomination on it, they don't know what it's worth, like, which could be gameplay in and of itself, haggling over like the value of a rare coin.
Yeah, the value is determined by the two people doing the interaction at that point. Yeah.
Well, it was like you had the gems and the jewels last year as well.
Well, we did not. So that's the thing. Those were a player brought those.
Oh, that's genius.
And the player brought those and was like trading those to people, and it was like, oh well, surely these. And they were trying to trade them to me for ammo. Like, surely these are worth something. I'm like, not to me.
Yeah. I wrote this game, idiot.
Well, mainly the main thing is like, as like a game. I'm not trying to discourage that guy from like role playing as a gem dealer, but I also don't want someone to just be able to bring in anything, say it's worth ammo, and then I have to give them like a bottle of BBs. Like, I need to be the control mechanic of like, you have to go play that game with other people. Get them to think your gems are worth something. Get them to give you paper currency, and then
get them to think that you're the mayor.
We need in-game crypto.
Gaslight them into eternity.
We need in-game crypto.
I had to break myself of gaslighting after that game. Like it just came too natural.
Well, but that's the thing is, as a game master, you know all too well that every game is just a little bit of lying to players in the right way.
It really is.
Yeah.
You might have a good time if you go over there. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My plan for this year is to run my cigar bar and have like, I'm going to do some of the drinks again. I'll do the ones that were the best from last year, and then I'll have the cigar bar. But mostly I'm doing that because last year I was also the black market dealer and the ammo vendor and a game master.
Yeah.
And I wound up wearing so many hats that I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and none of them got my full attention. So this year, my in-game business is going to be like a little more low effort. Yeah. I'll be the guy that like kind of knows people, like I'm a gathering spot for the masses, and I kind of know people, so I can point players who are lost in the right direction of like, if you're looking for gameplay, here's a way to go. But then I can also step out and like, if I'm not manning the cigar bar, no one's going to be like, I haven't got ammo in 6 hours because the guy who sells ammo isn't there.
Yeah.
So if I have to go do game stuff, I can go do that.
I need to smoke a cigar right now.
So now I'm curious, businesses aren't getting their initial stimulus and you're spreading them out. Are they still paying taxes on the buildings?
So that's going to be a little more improvisational this year. Because the taxes, that's the thing. The taxes became one of the biggest friction points.
Yeah.
Where everyone just wanted to kill the police.
Yep.
Because everyone wanted to kill the police. Well, I don't want to pay taxes. Because airsofters have one political opinion, and it's that they hate taxes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I remember last year, John and Andy were like, yo, we could rob the tax collector. And I was like, let's not do that yet. Let me go ask permission from Eric first. And as I'm up there asking you, they just execute him in the street. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. So this year, what we're going to do is we're basically going to have the different zones be like different levels of other things.
Yeah.
So the zone down here, that's like the crappy buildings with no roofs that are like kind of near the woods, which might be a dangerous place. That's the Gojirian Refugee Center. That's where all the Gojirians got put after the Almeric Republic took back over. So the Gojirian Community Center that's opening, I know you watch this podcast and I know you're going to be upset, but for the lore of the game, it makes the most sense you're going to be in that vicinity. And you're going to have your own building, and you have all that space, but like the Almeric Republic is not going to give the Gojirian Community Center the prime real estate. They're going to be like, no, we don't like you. You get your community center so you don't cause any other trouble, and you could be over there.
The island of misfit toys.
Yeah, I'll actually probably give the Gojirian Community Center like the nicer, like I might give them the Connexes up here, like do something like that. Just
do you.
Yeah, I'll actually sit down with the map, and I'm trying not to make any promises on here just because we're still 6 weeks out, and I need to actually like get all of the applications, look at everything. Yeah. But then like the middle town, which is like the nicest buildings, that's going to be good real estate. But that's also like, that's almost a little bit more dangerous because the military and the police are going to be stationed right in this center here area, but the military is going to be up top.
Yeah.
So if you want to be safe, you want to have like the most guns protecting your business, you might want to be near the military patrol base.
Nice.
So that's the Skyline District is what I'm calling the like the area near Mosque. We actually have had several businesses request to go there, and we're not using the mosque as a police station this year. So that's an open piece of real estate.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so there's going to be some prime real estate available on that top ridge. There's going to be some good real estate available on the bottom here because, again, like that's all, you can do whatever you want with it. And then there's going to be like different levels of enforcement. Like there's not going to be as many police patrols down by the Gojirians because the police don't care about them. So on the one hand, like, yeah, you don't get as much protection. But on the other hand, if you're open carrying around like the Gojirian Community Center, probably no one's gonna hassle you about it. So that's gonna be like the different thing. Is like you're gonna get a little bit of a different experience if you have the most security.
What you need to do you need to put the most banging food spots by the Gojirian camp.
Yeah.
That, like,
Oh, dude, I bet you that'll happen.
food, all the best food, like ramen. If they're doing that again, that has to be down there. Like you have to go into the, less
Yeah,
safe.
you have to go to the crappy part of town to get all the good ethnic food.
Exactly. Like, like if the chairs are all ripped up, it's about to be good. You know what I mean? Like that ma and pa,
My main thing though is just for the lack of roofs down there. So we're telling every business to bring an easy up just because you need that if it's gonna rain.
Multiple.
So does that mean? Okay, so now I'm trying to pick this apart. Does that mean the civilians will have an option to live in like the connexes and up by the mosque area, even if they're not running a business?
I mean, that's going to depend on your relationship with whoever controls those areas.
Okay.
So that's the thing is, you can camp out in your business if you want, or you can camp out like basically wherever you want. But
yeah,
are people going to let you do that? Because you can still be shot in your sleep.
Yeah. I was leaning on the fact because I remember last year, if you weren't running a business, you were sleeping in one of the camps, and that's
which meant everyone ran a business. So that's
the most part, yeah.
And that's part of the thing is like, because that was the main way that's why we're not even doing like the separate camps this year. We're just doing the different districts because everyone just wanted to sleep in their business and people just ran a business. So they had a building to sleep in.
Yeah.
So I think one of the more viable businesses this year is going to be a hotel, like up in the connexes. And then people might actually want to like pay to stay there because now maybe your building doesn't have like a roof or doesn't have something that you need. So there's more of a reason to like be nice to people so you can go into an area.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Do enough quests until the room is free.
I mean,
or maybe clearing the room is the quest.
Yeah.
You've just been evicted.
Yeah. My goal for this year is that there's more reasons to move around in general.
Yeah.
And just not to have everything concentrate. And, I say my goal is if I'm not like also collaborating with a team of other game designers who are working on this. I'm just the one who's sitting here, but we're thinking hard about it. And it's, most of it I would say is done. It's just now it's like waiting for the final numbers to roll in, waiting for like the number of businesses, what types of businesses have all applied.
Yeah.
And then just totally putting together like where everyone's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I have a brilliant business idea, a phone charging station.
That is a legitimately good idea, or a battery charging station. I want to see if I can because Titan Power vended at our October game. I want to see if I can get Titan Power out here to run a battery business.
I mean, an extension cord's all they really need, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Just run an extension cord to your car or to anything out here and just charge batteries or have charged batteries for people.
When I hear battery business, I think of like you pay somebody to assault and batter somebody. I don't like that guy over there. Like, here's what's the name of the currency? The Almira currency?
You'll find out when you get there.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay.
It's gummy bears.
I'm trying to keep the currency under wraps because like I really don't want people to try to counterfeit the currency ahead of time, because I've been to games where people know what the currency is and they counterfeit it, and then it's like, well, now what's the point?
Yeah, it loses value now.
Yeah.
But what you can do is go to Walgreens or Target, buy one of every candy on the shelf, and you will have at least one drug.
Allegedly.
I am not above bringing a scanner up on the field and powering it. Bringing a stack of paper. I'm not above it. So whatever this currency is, you might want it to not be so easily copied.
Make it double-sided.
I'll work something out.
There's got to be some. My thought with the counterfeit, if I were to do it, is I would want it to not. I don't want it to be indistinguishable. I want it to be almost.
It needs to be like,
you get it. You crumple it up like they do. They do that.
One of the things we're going to be doing this year is the passports for players. So there could be a legitimate business to like counterfeiting people's passports.
I have a passport.
Yeah. So we're doing that again.
Okay.
But this year I'm going to print out an actual ID page, and every player is going to get, they're going to get like a page. If you fill out everything ahead of time, it'll have your name. It'll have like a photo of you and everything. If you don't fill it out ahead of time, we'll make it work. Cause people are always going to show up like a little bit unprepared. There's going to be somebody who's like, oh, I didn't get any emails because I mistyped my email address. But
in the midst of tensions last year, my brother Tony Brown has been corresponding to me from across the planet, and I've spent the last year venturing over to assist him and hopefully get him home safe. Turns out he is dead, and all I have left are his records and a couple of photographs. The last couple of things that revealed to me what he was doing on his final days. Turns out he was a courier, which makes no sense because knowing him back at home, growing up with him, you would not guess that he'd become a courier. There's something shady going on there. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a liver. I found his liver and his heart.
Yep.
Yep, that was left over.
Oh my God. Yeah. The organ harvesting.
I have the old historic map of the land, which has now changed quite a bit. I have some old news records, even some old currency. Now, if somebody gets caught with this on them, are they deemed like a traitor?
It's going to depend. You know,
Would it be tradable at the Gojirian camp?
It's going to be up to them. I mean, that's going to be up to the Gojirians. Like, do they want to trade in the old currency? And then, you know, if you try to pass that off as the currency of the land, what are the consequences going to be? That's going to be up to the police.
Are restricted weapons permits still valid under the new regime?
No, because that was.
What about insurance plans? Does it transfer over?
I forgot.
I think I still have mine too.
I forgot how fucking in-depth everything was. And I just saw his freaking
All of my
insurance.
employees had insurance. I bought them all insurance myself.
You got Plan B insurance here.
What's so crazy too?
Which, if they do insurance again, they should not do the Plan A, Plan B. They should do like Plan 1, Plan 2, because Plan B just sounds like a very specific type of healthcare.
Anthony's workers were under 18.
Yeah, it was like I was like, I'm buying them insurance. What kind? Plan B, but like I know it sounds bad. It's like it's not like that. It's
The second one.
that one.
Give me the second one.
I was about to spend more money on Plan A for that reason. I was like, just anything but that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that the thing is, like, most of what you're talking about right there, most of that was player generated.
That's
Like,
insane.
the currency and, well, I mean, player and staff generate. Like, our staff generate a lot of stuff that, like, because as the game master, right, I'm creating the bones, I'm creating the framework, I'm creating like the rule set and the sandbox everyone can play in. But then, you know, anyone that we have come to this game as staff, the expectation is, okay, you're coming as staff. You know, you're going to come and like add something. So you need to have a quest line, an activity, a thing that you're bringing. And that's what your contribution to the game is as staff. You know, you're still playing. But your level of responsibility is to make sure you add something to the game. And so a lot of that was just those guys being like, okay, well, this is the thing I'm going to add. This is the thing I'm going to add. And then some of that was just guys and players being like, well, it sounds fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that these games live and die on. You know, like I can, as the dungeon master at the table, I can have as much as I want laid out on my screen. But if the other side of the table is not putting the effort in, the game doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And the other side of the table absolutely put the effort in last year. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how it evolves this year.
So going to be like a central hospital like there was last year?
So this year we're going to use the factions more.
Okay.
So if you're like trying to respawn, there will be providers and people who will be, you know, doing some care, but generally speaking, yeah, you kind of have to get in with a faction or somebody in order to respawn.
They went above and beyond over there. I mean, they had like,
Yes.
There's no hospital. Things weren't so bad under Gojiria. It's like,
Well, because it's healthcare is entirely privatized under the Almeric Republic.
That's
So
right.
a hospital would actually be a very good business idea.
right?
So that's the thing. One of the reasons I think a lot of people didn't leave the central town though last year was the fact that you could just respawn at the hospital.
Yeah.
Like there was no incentive to not just always be respawning at the hospital.
but the first stop as you left the hospital and went into the town was the Death Cult Pizzeria.
Yeah.
Which like you were likely going to die. You'd likely died there to begin with.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll take a slice and please don't shoot me.
Yeah. So this year, what we're going to try to do is have like more of the ways to get back in the game after you get hit be out of that central area.
Yeah.
And then if you like, oh, well, I died in the course of doing a job for this faction, I can go respawn for them. Or if you just like die and you don't really know a faction or know anybody, you can go to the police station. The police station will render aid as long as you don't do things that make them not want to render aid to you.
Yeah.
And maybe if you have done some things that make them not want to render aid to you, the first place you're going after you respawn at the police station is prison.
Oh, nice. I don't think I saw anybody actually go to jail. Did you get arrested?
No, Smiggy went to jail.
Smiggy did go to jail. I mean, he's on the poster in jail.
I reconned because there was for a minute there was a plot to take over the police station. Mm-hmm. And so I did some reconnoitering.
By the time that like materialized, the police station was like done.
Yeah. They were like, just take it. What do you want? But I snuck in the back gate and like got into the police station. I'm staring at a rack of just decked out M4s. And I'm like, all right, well, admin Dave's like, don't take somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
Right. But in-game Dave is like, I see a fucking gold mine here. Like I could take all their mags out, dump all their babies into a bag. Like,
or plant a tag with the pin pulled, but the spoon not
right
underneath the gun.
Right.
That would have been deep.
First dude to pick up his rifle is getting a fucking present.
And then one police officer walks in front of me, and I did the whole like he can't see me if I don't move, so it's like T-Rex logic. He's like stood there, and they like came over to the gun rack. I mean, feet in front of me, and then he's just like, just stared at me. I was like, oh, I am lost. I don't know. Oh God. I just like walked out. He just let me walk out. I was like, oh God.
Yeah. This year, my hope is that with some more like obvious opposition and with some more central things going on, I'm hoping the police get a little bit of a breather. Because last year, last year the police got run ragged. Like,
oh yeah. Dude, people were quitting.
Yeah. The police got
don't sell all of your ammo.
They did bring it upon themselves.
Okay. Yes, I don't want to tell people they played the game wrong.
No. Yeah.
But
oh no, I think it was a plant.
When you sell all of your ammo, there are consequences. Yeah. And those consequences that you no longer have the monopoly on force. So that actually ties into another thing.
Yeah.
The guys who are having run the police and the military, they're doing ammo accountability.
Good.
Yeah.
So you're only going to get issued so much ammo at a time, depending on like what your posture is.
I like the gun sell back program.
Yeah. So
the gun
but yeah, you're gonna get a limited amount of ammo, and it's gonna be accounted for. There's gonna be a way of like, hey, you got this much ammo to go out. What happened that you're not coming back with all of it? Yeah. And maybe if you want to like, I mean, again, I don't want to tell people how to play the game. Like if you want to try to be a dirty cop, that's valid gameplay, but there's going to be some more friction to it. So you're actually going to have to like role play and know how to talk your way out of situations like that, or deal with those situations.
There was a bear, and you see, I had to defend myself. That's why I had to discharge my weapon once to take down the bear.
I buried all my clothes. Can I sleep with you?
Yeah. I want to do like a multi-level marketing business. I wear a suit that I can't afford that's a little bit too big for me, and I'm like, have you ever thought about multiple streams of income? And like, I'll ask you if we can do like a business conference in your basement and you make us pizza rolls, please. I'll have a PowerPoint presentation. I'm like, stop asking questions. You're already not going to be successful if you're questioning anything right now. Not going to work. You're so small-minded. Yeah. Big connect.
Yeah. You just need to hustle harder. Like the reason that you're not making money at this game is because you didn't wake up at 4 a.m. on Sunday.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lazy.
And actually like, talking about like all the different characters and everything we want to do. One of the things I'm also going to do on Friday before the game starts, like anyone who shows up camping, we're looking at having like a variety of activities. One of the activities I for sure am going to do absolutely is we're going to do an in-character social hour.
Oh, fuck
like
yeah.
Nobody has guns yet. Nobody has ammo yet. So you have like, if you want to come like hang out with everybody, I will have refreshments. There will be like food and beverage.
Hell yeah.
There's gonna be stuff going on, like people, but it's literally just so people can get together as their characters in game and like get to know the lay of the land a little bit. And we're still gonna do like at check-in, we did the like this, which I think generally speaking was pretty good last year. We're gonna refine like what we actually put on those. But so that's going to be like one of the ways that people get an early hook. But then another way is if you show up early on Friday, you will absolutely have the chance to in character get to interact with people with no threat, because that lets you like feel like you're stepping into the world, knowing something about it. Like you've been living here a little bit.
It's like you did what Meta tried to do.
It's VR chat in real life.
Yeah.
Will everybody get "Hello, my name is" tags on their shirt?
Yeah, I'll absolutely have name tags so people can put. And honestly, like wearing a name tag in game, like having an ID tag for your character with your character name is just generally a smart idea.
Yeah.
One-sided name tags only, Dave.
I mean,
one-sided. You can't flip them.
Bringing a passport holder to put like your passport open to the ID page on is probably a good idea. And then the passports have a bunch of blank pages too. So then as you like complete jobs for factions, those factions can like mark what you've done in your passport. So that can also act as like a reputation system where if you're trying to like have a certain level of conversation with a member of another faction, they can be like, let me see your passport. Like if they don't, like maybe they need to just go and get someone else who knows you, or if they just need to know like, hey, what have you done for us? Yeah. You can kind of have that record.
Phallic drawing, phallic drawing, blank. Okay. Phallic drawing.
Yeah, it's going to be up to like how serious, but I'm expecting at least like our staff members will be like, okay, cool. Like I'll have this like thing. For a cop, I put like a drawing of a badge on your fucking things. You did a job for us. If military, I'll put like something, but.
Is there going to be a mail system again?
Someone's planning on running a post office. Yeah,
I had so much fun with that.
Yeah, people are. Yeah, there's actually a Gojirian Royal Postal Service, which is really funny because again, this is Almeric territory, but it's the Gojirian Postal Service.
Is it the same guys from last year?
I think so.
Oh, they're great.
Cool.
They were great. They didn't ask any questions. It was great. I drew like really shitty drawings of like the police chief getting shot. I kept sending shit like that to him all the time, dude. It was so good. They were like the most poorly drawn stick figures. It was great, dude. You are dead tomorrow. Send this. I'll give you a couple extra bucks. Do it quickly.
Yeah, this year's game is going to focus a lot on like the privatization aspect though, because even we were talking about the privatized healthcare. Because this was the site of a chemical attack last year. Yeah. One of the first things we're going to do in game. There's a medication that residents here need to take, and they're dependent on long term because of the residue from the chemical attack is giving people like exotic cancers and like all kinds of crazy stuff. So the Almeric Republic has developed a medication that works, but not too well. So you have to keep taking it.
Constable was a walking like gas meter last year. Like he started the game all happy and cheery, and it just like went down and down. And you were sending him death threats.
Many death threats.
He didn't get a break at all.
No, he didn't.
It was so fun. I did.
He was a good sport about
He did great.
Well, that's Matt. Yeah. Matt's going to be running Solventus this year, which is the Almeric weapons company. So he'll be in the game again. He'll have a different role, but
that's all right. I'll figure out where he lives.
If you sell weapons, everybody has to like you. That's great. Yeah. Dude, he was like a police chief. Like he's been on the job for way too long. It was like a 24-hour game. Okay, like
dude, he aged. He had the phone that I gave him because we had the police number. He had the phone I gave him, and we were having like admin conversations in one part of the field, and he comes up to have like an admin huddle with me. The phone rings, and he just opens it. He's like, hello, and I just hear someone like saying all kinds of obscenities into the earpiece. He just goes, okay, I'll get someone right on that.
Dude, I had so much fun with that.
I think we know who it was on the other end of the phone.
I had so much fun with that. Oh, dude, I was like paying people to call. Like, dude, oh man, I had so much fun with that.
Yeah, Matt got to a point where he's like, so here's the thing. We got this like he literally was on the phone like the whole fucking time. Like he was sitting in the police station and he was either on the phone or on his radio, either talking to citizens, reporting something, or talking to officers responding to it. And they got to a point where it was like, we have such high call volume that honestly, most calls, I'm just saying I'll get someone on it and then not sending anyone because most of the calls were traps or fake or whatever. So I'm just like trying to filter out to like the people whose voice I know have actually called in something before, and I'll send something to that. Or I just won't send anything.
Oh shit. I didn't even target him, right?
But he was the one answering.
It just started. And I was like, well, of course I'm gonna keep going. Like this isn't real life. Yeah, no.
I was like, wow, I'm really in with the police. They're giving me quests. I'm like, they're paying me to do stuff. And I realized that I was the only one not berating him the entire time. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like I was there just like, how can I help? I'm delivering packages.
My anticipation this year is there's going to be some players who try to like immediately go into that like version of the game again. And then they're just going to get steamrolled by a bunch of bandits. And they're like, wait a minute, why aren't the police helping me?
Yeah. I'm going to back off this year and just kind of live.
If you
just going to kind of live.
So if you guys know anything about this group, the bandits are predominantly a group of pennant of the rushing Russians.
Oh, nice.
So the bandits are going to be dangerous.
Yeah, nice. That's good. They should be. They should be. The police and the bandits should be dangerous to the civilian population. Well, and obviously the military.
Alex was telling me, he said that his plan is to be with them.
Yeah. Well, he's part of that group.
Yep. He told me which gun he's going to run. And like,
Yep.
they're doing like Rust 4 kit. It looks like they're going straight like bad guy villain. They're using the bad guy guns. You know what I mean?
Good.
Green bean camo, I hope.
Yeah.
Like I want to see them coming and be like, fuck. Like,
And I think that's the thing is like having a clear antagonistic force of people who are like completely self-interested.
Yeah.
They do not care about like the broader political situation other than what it means for what they can do to themselves. Number one, for like the amount of time the war in the Gun Gamers Productions universe has been going on and for how broke and shitty both of the countries involved are.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense. There's going to be people who are just like, well, we're on the frontier and we're out for ourselves.
Yeah.
But then also it's going to give, gameplay wise, it's going to give that level of some threat that you're actually preparing for other than just like messing with each other.
Yeah.
Which that my hope is that, it'll be scary dealing with them.
Do you know?
Yeah, all we have is pistols and shotguns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Russ doesn't live in Australia anymore.
Yeah, he lives in Canada now.
Do you think he'll be here for this event? Do you think he'll do that? Because I need somebody
The
with
thing
an
is he-
Australian accent for one of my ideas.
The thing is he doesn't live in like the close part of Canada because, Canada,
Vancouver.
Yeah, Canada is like the United States in that it's enormous, but actually bigger than the United States.
Oh, yeah.
It's really enormous. And he lives in like the way over there part. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to depend on, his schedule and everything. I'd love for him to come. But that's probably going to depend.
Just berate him.
That's true. That's true. I could just send like a bunch of mean things to the Hee Haw Hooligans chat and just be like,
Like, I want to make the most popular reality TV show in Almeria. I want to do that. And I want Russ to be the guy in the confessionals asking the questions because he has the Australian accent. He'd be like, what's it like getting killed by bandits?
you could probably get him to record those ahead of time.
British.
Maybe.
You could
Maybe.
just have him like send you a bunch of audio files.
Yeah, actually, that would work. That would work.
I told Anthony when he was talking about this idea, I was like, you should just come up with an end state. You come up with the end of the story, make it, as ridiculous and outlandish as possible, and then just film stuff that kind of hints that actually happened.
Just gaslight the players.
That's what reality shows are anyway.
Yep.
Like just fucking
That's what I did with breakfast.
yeah, just pay somebody just pay somebody to be like, hey, yell at him for real quick. All right, cool. And they just do a voiceover. And
I mean, doing a television production in the world here would absolutely be like, that's valid. That's on theme as well.
I mean, you get like interviews from like some shit just went down and you're like talking to survivors and shit. What happened? I don't know.
Hire a bunch of crisis actors.
Dude, yes. Oh my god. But it's the same actor for each crisis, and then people are trying to point it out. Like, what? That's the same. And I was like, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
What do you mean crisis
and
actor?
just be shit posting it in like the game's Discord, like
Yes.
as it's going, because that becomes like Twitter.
But you just like
I'll have to get Nitro to put the videos up there.
just give whoever you're doing this with like 5 different hats. And so it's like a different crisis, but he has a different hat.
A different combination of mustaches.
Yeah.
They just get more ridiculous. His mustache ties into his eyebrows at the end, like just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. And it has like whatever your agenda is, it also has to just be like completely nonsensical.
Yeah.
Like nobody
Yes.
can even put together what the agenda is.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is he making this? I don't know.
If I have ample charge for my phone, because I'll be doing all of it on my phone, and if I can somehow get lights like that on the field and power them in one Connex, that's my studio.
Well, I guess I'll start the power company.
Well, no, believe it or not, we can use those lights. We just
Yeah,
have
they
to
have
buy
battery boxes on them.
We just have to put the batteries in them. It uses the same batteries that my LCD screen on that camera uses.
Or I go to Harbor Freight, buy the cheapest freaking solar panels they make. And
Do you think that'd be enough?
yeah, who knows?
You could charge battery banks off of a solar panel. Like I think Dark Energy Tech makes a bunch of solar panels. I got one. Yeah.
It would also be easier just to get those batteries.
Yes.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Or just charge a bunch of USB power banks ahead of time.
Yeah.
No.
I think I might do this. I think I might be like a film producer. I'll be in-game Netflix.
I think my buddy Ian Leary, I think he's going to be doing a radio show as well.
Yes.
Yo,
So-
that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's going to be like an in-game radio station, assuming he pulls it off. I think he's going to. He's
Well,
got the
easiest way to
technical
do that
know-how.
I was going to say, easy cheat code is just using a Discord voice channel.
Yeah, that's an easy way to do it.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess,
No,
I
no.
guess it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and just make it so that the only person that can talk in is the person with admin privilege.
Yeah.
No, more ghetto. Baofeng radio frequency, and he just holds it for the entire broadcast.
Oh,
Yeah, you could do that too.
He is putting together a broadcast setup that he's been like talking about. The problem is I don't understand radios at all. I'm just like, here's my islands, make it work.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know anything that he's telling me.
shit, man.
God,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
That's the thing though, is there's so many different directions you can take it in. There will be like the central through line of the narrative, and there will be like stuff going on to like give people an idea of where things can go. But the sandbox, I think, is really the strength of it. And I think this year, the first year the game was pretty central. It was like a little more tightly focused, it was also small. We had like a total of 70 participants at the first one. We've already exceeded that number for this year.
Good.
So yeah,
Good.
we're already above that for this year. I think we're on track to have a bigger game than last year.
Good.
So I think the sandbox is going to be really thriving again. But my hope is that with the addition of like the central, more of the central narrative, and then like some of the other elements of the sandbox just being like a little bit remixed, I think it's going to be a better game than last year in most ways. I mean, come game day, I know that I'm going to be picking everything apart, and I'm going to be like, here's what could have gone better. Here's what I want to do next year. But
Is there a concern that between the bandits, the military faction, and the police faction, that too many players are going to be registered as like enforcement and not enough civilians?
I will say that based on the numbers we've got so far, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Because if anything, last year, I think too many players didn't register as enforcement who would have had a good time as it.
Yeah.
But also we capped the police pretty heavily because we didn't want everyone to do that. And then that wound up not being necessary at all.
Yeah.
So this year we have more slots for those things. I mean, if it gets out of control, we'll shut it off.
Okay. Yeah.
I think like that game last year, it was very eye-opening, right? Like I'm usually not the zombies guy. Like I'm not looking to go to a zombie event. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like, so this was like well outside my wheelhouse, and I'm glad I did it because it fucking opened my eyes, dude. It was so much fucking fun. Like if there was, it was so intellectually deep, and you could go as deep as you wanted. You could stay up in the shallows and just kind of live your life with all this chaos happening, just be an observer, or you could be the cause of all that fucking violence and make Anthony think he was insane. Like it was a lot of fun. Like I discovered things about myself that I was like, I could be a dictator.
Yeah, it's called gaslighting.
Dude, I could be a dictator in a second. Oh, so easy. I don't like that, man. Go kill him. Here's $100. Like it was so much fun.
Your
And so,
courier business is done.
yeah.
The B-roll you selected for that ad read, by the way, was so brilliant. But yeah,
That's all him, man. But yeah, dude, I had so much fun, and we were like hyped afterwards when we sat down to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Like it was such a different way to utilize Airsoft and to hang out with your friends and like have a fun weekend. I akin it to the Ren Fair, but like way more interactive.
Way more.
It's like being part of the joust. You know what I mean?
Yes.
As opposed to sitting on the side eating a turkey leg, which you could totally do if you wanted to, but
well, it's the different, like we were having this conversation before the podcast. I think it's the difference between the type of game that you're playing. Like there's gaming and then there's LARPing.
Yep.
And most airsoft probably falls closer into like the gaming category, which is where you would have your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, where like the central game mechanic is the main point, and that's like the thing you're focusing on in order to accomplish objectives mostly related to that central game mechanic. Then you get into like the LARP, and now it's more about creating an experience with a variety of mechanics that come together to create like many directions of game.
Yeah.
Like there's the social game, there's the intellectual game, there's the economic game, there's the gunfight game, and all those things tie together. And I think it just comes down to like, we already participate in a shared fiction by playing airsoft.
Sure.
We all agree you get shot with a BB, you're dead.
Yep.
And then you play a game like this, and it's really leaning into that shared fiction. And if you're already a little primed for it, it can kind of like, you can kind of get into all the rest of the fiction.
Yeah. So I guess what I was trying to get at was I didn't like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I tried this game and I really like stuff like that. I didn't know I liked stuff like that because I know it's like saying I don't like carrots and I haven't ever eaten carrots. You know what I mean? So if you're on the fence about it, now I'm looking out here.
Yeah.
If you're on the fence about it, just fucking do it. Do it and let yourself go. Let your ego go. Get immersed. And it takes effort on your end as the player to get immersed because you have to get involved, get active, get creative, and you will have a freaking good time, man. Like I had a really good time. I think I sat down with you at some point during the game. I was like, this is my new favorite type of airsoft. Like it's so less stressful. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah. Be a different person.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And it's free from embarrassment. Like everyone is out there LARPing a character. We're all out there pretending and making stuff up. Like it is as much of a judgment-free zone as airsoft gets, in my opinion.
It's like watching like a Family Guy Star Wars special, but like living it. Like it's still everybody from Family Guy, but they're playing the Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
Like you're watching Star Wars. Like it was like it's us, but like it was so different than us getting together just to play airsoft.
Yeah,
like when I look at the photos, I'm not like, oh yeah, there's that time we played and did like no. It was like I was Tony Brown. Smiggy was part of a weird pizza death cult. You know, the big cheese was a thing. There were nuclear bombs. There were, you know,
It's a true experience where not a single player had the exact same overall game experience.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I'm gonna go get a coffee, and as you're on your way to get a coffee, there's people getting murdered, arrested,
Or
pepper
the
sprayed,
Waffle
and
House
you
is
just walk
killing
past
its own
it.
employees. Like
Yeah,
the coffee house being the coffee shop being next to the Waffle House. It's like at any given point in time, like we're just sitting there, like making a cup of cold brew, grilling steaks. All of a sudden, somebody's getting executed in front of the Waffle House. A chair is getting thrown. Like
Yeah.
It was the
fucking
most.
amazing.
It was the most like
you just
lore
carry
correct-
on.
It was like the most lore correct Waffle House ever. Like, it was like they weren't shutting down for nothing.
If there's
like,
another Waffle House this year, I hope they bring like foam chairs.
oh yeah, dude, just launching this thing. Yeah, dude. The Waffle House was not,
it
it
was
was,
spot on.
and the food was good.
It was waffles.
Yeah.
Food was good.
I mean, you will never eat better at an airsoft game.
I'm telling you.
Because people put the effort in and they make good food and they bring stuff that people actually want, because that's how you make money in the game.
Hey, if you own a business, and you're in a building with a roof, bring a bug net to cover your doors.
Yeah, we learned. Well, it might not be such a big issue this time around.
Oh, it's earlier on.
Yeah, because it's the beginning of May. Like
The bugs sucked.
Yeah.
I bought a net bivvy after that experience.
yeah,
And we've gone to MSW and all this shit. Like, no, what broke me was sleeping in that Connex box and like the normal USGI bivvy that like you're under it, you're dying.
Yeah.
It's hot, you can't breathe. And then like you just like try to expose your mouth and it's like
yeah. We thought
awful.
we thought that went through. We went and got a bunch of bug netting and magnets, and
That was the best.
Yeah, that was
actually part of our motivation for like wanting to do the game a little bit of a different time this year.
the bugs.
Hey, right on. Yeah, it was hot. Like
it
those
was hot.
those Connex boxes fucking like retained all the heat from the day.
Yeah.
And so it never really cooled off inside. But
and then you're sleeping on the floor where it's like the most musky in the Connex box.
yeah.
I remember at like 1 or 2 a.m. there was like some admin stuff going on, and we had to come down to the shop. As soon as you walked in and felt the AC, I watched you just lean in the chair. You're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I mean, when you've been out in that all day, and I think that was like a part of why a lot of people didn't want to sleep out in the field too.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this year, we'll be able to have people, because also the game just died down by like 9 last year. Everyone was gassed and tired and super hot. So my hope is that this year, with the like weather, hopefully, fingers crossed, being a little bit more forgiving in terms of temperature, we'll be able to keep the game going longer.
Temperature, definitely. It'll be the rain. It's like right at the end of the rain season there. I'm only using the renovation as a benchmark because
right around the beginning of May, it stopped.
Yeah, it stopped. So, but it should be nice temperature. But all right, man. I don't want to keep it too much longer. I know you got a 4-hour drive. Is there anything less? Is there anything more you'd like to say about the crisis in Nath, which is happening in Zulu 24, May 2nd
and 3rd?
Yeah, May 2nd and 3rd. And May 1st if you count the in-character social hour on Friday. But, the main thing I just want to say is, like, number one, like, thank you guys as always for like being so supportive of this concept and like letting us do it, letting us come here. I know for a fact that like not every facility that I've ever talked to would be as enthusiastic or like as good of a partner about this concept. So like the fact that you guys are so supportive and so engaged and excited with it is like massively appreciated.
No worries, man. It was a good time.
Well,
it's a good product.
I appreciate that. And I look forward to working with you guys again. But to the players, the main thing I want to say is for those of you who were there last year, I hope that we get to see you again, because we liked having you. You guys were great. For those of you who are on the fence, maybe this is your first tiptoe into this kind of thing. Just think about if you weren't there and you heard the type of stories that made you wish you were there, how are you going to feel?
Yeah, there you go.
Go back and watch last year's episode on the LARP game.
Just bully them.
Yeah.
Get out here, nerd. It's fun. It's fucking fun.
But I'm very excited for it too. Like, these are my favorite. These are my favorite games. It's my favorite way to do it.
We play the same type of airsoft all the time. It's okay to try something different. This is fun as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, man. Where can they find you? Where can they register and all that?
You can find everything you need to know on www.gungamersproductions.com. We've got our upcoming events listed on there. The one you're looking for this case is Crisis in Nath. That's our role-playing game here. We also have our Facebook page, Gun Gamers, which you probably won't be able to find unless you very specifically search for it.
Wonder why?
Yeah, we've got our Instagram page, Gun Gamers. We've got our Gun Gamers Productions Discord, which I believe is linked on the website. Then, of course, you can find me, at events as I can make them and here as I can make it. But yeah, you'll always see me at games. That's Gun Gamers Productions, and that's the cool thing that we do. So
cool, Eric. Thank you so much for coming out and talking about the PNAF crisis.
The PNAF.
The PNAF crisis. This will be your 4th PNAF.
So many PNAFs
Links
everywhere.
in the description.
And with that, good night, God bless. We're out.
Download the app.